Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever it is, wherever you're at. Hi, I'm Big John TW, and this right here, this is my team. This is my stream. This is my dream. Let's go. All right. Thanks for the invite. Working on some super stuff. Like I ain't. Like I ain't. Like I ain't. All right. Let's.
I will literally just like focus in on this.
And like we never hear for 2 weeks.
I wonder what I've got to do to unlock Pocket D. I bet you have to buy it.
First thing first, you have to touch your
I have-
toes. Like after that, you have to do the chicken dance, and then after that, you have to do. After that, you have to do
Or-
the Macarena.
Or you have to get the badge time spent standing around in Pocket D while you're online.
Oh. Okay. Well, let's see. I wonder how close to that one I am. Complete 16 hours of mentoring.
I think my way is way better.
I need 15 more minutes in Pocket D for that one.
Well, there you go. Start dancing, dude.
15 more minutes with the D in my pocket.
Like I said, first you have to touch your toes, and then after that,
So
touch your toes.
what you're saying is you and Fredo are going to have a fapping contest?
I didn't say that.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I heard.
All right, the
Welcome
rules are
back.
simple. You're only allowed to flap with the offhand. You're not allowed to think of anybody that's famous. The only woman you're allowed to actually think of is your mother.
No.
Yeah.
How about this?
Like you just scarred him for life.
No, L. How
And
about Betty White?
he's just like, oh, hold on, I can't flap now. I didn't think that was possible. You found my kryptonite.
How about Betty White?
Well, I mean, Betty White was pretty hot. I mean, even for a grandma, she was pretty hot.
The author.
The author. Oof.
That's who you can fap to.
Can I call a friend?
Okay, fine. The only person you can fap to is to Michael Jackson.
I think the song "Beat It" would be amazingly fun. Just beat it, beat it. I mean, he was halfway there anyway.
Well, then in that case, I'd rather go with Weird Al's version.
Well, I mean, you are a girl, so yeah, I could understand "Eat It."
Damn it, I can't find.
Eat it. Eat it.
Because you're a carpet muncher, and you're right.
Ding dong, baby. Ding dongs. I get some ding dongs here.
Oh. That's what we all need. Ding dongs. Wait, I think I got one.
Because I'm fat.
See, Alfredo passes it off. Really and truthfully, he's only in a wheelchair so that nobody asks why his arms are so big from flapping. It's all an elaborate plot. And he gets better parking.
Just remember, it's all in the hips.
How is it all in? I thought it was all in the wrist. Although, I mean, hey, we can all in the hips. When I dip, you dip, we dip.
When I dip, you dip.
Yeah, the other day when I was at a baseball game, a guy took a line drive right to the eyeball.
I bet you his ass watches the game from this point forward.
Homecoming updated the beta server. There's some updated files just now. Let's see.
Woo! Fucking molest, dear God.
Homecoming.
Let's see. We can change the words of songs. How about that? What would you do if I flap in front of you?
The Wonder Years.
You got it.
Well, actually, I just finished seeing the remake of the Wonder Years. The only reason why I saw it because First Savage was like a producer.
You are correct.
Oh, this is irritating. I can't find what I changed in this file.
What's the typed command for dancing?
/EM
EM. That's what I
dance
was looking for.
or E.
I want to rap. Hmm.
Okay, if I can't find it on this run through on this scan through, then I'm just gonna leave the file and I will let the
Welcome to
bins
the
tell me
stream.
what
Welcome
I
to the
forgot.
stream. Right now we're working on badges. Okay, so
Hey,
we're gonna work on a simple badge to see if I have to pay for it. And this is
can't get
basically,
mad.
oh,
I
it
put the
moved.
cat food up there because you didn't stop eating it.
Well, there we go. Spend an hour in Pocket D, and I've just got 20%
He
left.
decided that he liked the cat food.
Most cats like cat, or most dogs like cat food.
Well, I set up a folding table and put the cat's food up on it. They can get to it.
Well, that's good because the cat food isn't really good for a dog.
No, I know it makes them fat.
It could also give them diarrhea. I mean, there's a whole bunch of stuff that can go wrong with that.
Oh, I know. That's why.
You thought you'd stream? He's standing around for an hour,
And
just
since I specifically get the hairball relief
well,
formula for my cats,
I'm waiting for
yeah.
people to get on. Really,
Oh yeah, you don't like the wet 2 o'clock in the morning squish.
They're long-haired cats, even with hairball remedy relief and stuff like that. They still get hairballs.
Oh yeah, and you wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning and squish.
Oh yeah, best alarm clock in the world. That or a baby vomiting. I tell you what, you do a baby vomiting, and I am awake like that. There is nothing like that sound. A mother will wake up at. It takes like just like
yes.
a little bit
All
of
right.
that sound. That's it. Mom's up.
All right. So, yeah, you probably got a pretty good point. We'll just finish that one.
Okay,
later.
so yep, we'll just leave that one
So,
alone and
oh,
let the
it's
damn
it's
Sims tell me
it's
if it's
almost done
fucked up.
though. It's so almost done. Like it only has 6% left, so you just have a few more minutes of sitting around watching her get jiggy with it. Where is Will Smith when you need him? This is where we live. Not there.
Will
Don't
Smith
don't do
is
that.
Will Smith is in the world of YouTube.
This is true. Yeah, High Face Palmbrick says he's under house arrest.
Is he?
I don't know if he's under house. I think it's self-inflicted.
Oh, wait, they finally did something to that about his slap that he did to the comic.
No, well, I mean, they did a lot of stuff that's much worse than anything that the legal system could have done to him.
Yeah.
What you got to understand is the only thing that they could get him for was simple assault, and that's it.
Yeah.
That is in reality the absolute worst thing they could do. And simple assault only holds a fine of a couple $100, whereas
And
what they did was they allowed the people to take care of them.
yeah.
So by removing them, go ahead.
Then of course with the simple assault, it's pretty hard because he kept saying to the guy, "Please stop with my wife and her medical condition." He kept warning him.
Well, no, actually, he didn't warn him. He just walked up and smacked him.
No, he did. He warned him a couple times.
Not on stage.
No, he said
they edited
after the
that out.
slap. After the slap, when he sat down, he said, "Get the fuck out of
Keep my wife's
mouth."
Yeah, keep my fucking wife's name out of your mouth. But that wasn't before. See, he would have to do in order for it to be. Yeah, he'd have to do that before.
Yeah, they edited it out.
Something I'm like, sorry, I'm like over here half into this, so I start hearing the excitedness of the conversation.
Yeah, ABC, the people that were shooting the show, edited out because he was saying some couple swear words at the committee, to shut the fuck up.
Oh yeah. After you smacked him, you told him to keep my fucking wife's name out of your mouth. Chris said afterwards he is pissed because he thought he was just going to take the mic and say something. Yeah, he didn't actually say anything to Chris Rock. He just kind of got up, smacked him, and then told him to keep my wife. And actually, the funniest part about it was, if you look at it, he was laughing about it until his wife shot him a look. And I gotta tell you, she better have some gold lace snapper or something. I'm just saying. But either way it goes, there's nothing really that the court system could have done above simple assault. I mean, it wasn't a punch. It was an open hand. It was an open hand smack. Yeah, you can get a guy for simple assault. You can get him for at most $1,000.
And to him, that was freaking a chunk change.
Do what?
To Will Smith, that is like chunk change to him.
Oh yeah. Well, that's why I said it was actually better that they just let the people take care of it, because by him falling out of the Actors Guild, that means he can't get work. So you're talking millions of dollars. Do you know how much money Will Smith makes making one movie?
A lot of money.
Yeah. And I mean, let's be realistic. He was very he probably still is a very sought after actor. It's just he's toxic and nobody wants to touch him yet. So you're talking years of him losing contracts. So you're talking, multi-millions of dollars.
Yeah, the only thing that he has right now, is the remake of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, because he's one of the producers.
A few Panic Bono. A few.
John, what are you doing right now?
I'm debating on whether or not I'm going to go try and do a mission or finish out this this badge, which I really want to go just probably do a mission because I can't do anything else. He said he's doing a couple of free pro bono movies. Yeah. Like I said, he's lost millions upon millions of dollars just being kicked out of the Actors Guild, and he's banned from the Actors Guild for at least 10 years. So he'd have to get that overturned, and that is much much worse.
Another award, he got blacklisted.
Did you see the D owning?
See, here's the thing. He might, though, be able to get it overturned based on the fact of the simple assault. Meaning he didn't get charged with something, he shouldn't be penalized as long either.
Well, the problem is they didn't care whether or not what legal aspects or ramifications happen. The Actors Guild didn't care. They cared more about where it was at. Where it was at and how he did it.
Yeah.
AKA, did you see Whispers since last stream? I saw the Whisper. I haven't actually got a chance to look at the video yet. But yeah, the Actors Guild was more concerned about an actor, a higher up in the Actors Guild, assaulting a comedian over a joke. Especially, oh, and you know, let's face it, it was at the Oscars, so it couldn't have been any worse of a place. But I mean, being stupid.
Sorry, I'm listening. I'm just editing too. So.
But keep in mind, being stupid crazy at an awards event did well for Kanye.
True.
Then a member of the. Oh, hold on. You're talking about when you said a member of the public stormed on stage and bouncers kicked the crud out of him. You're talking about the Chappelle show, where Dave Chappelle was doing a stand-up, and one of the people tried to grab him. They jumped up on stage, and his bouncers, I swear to God, however much he pays it,
almost kick his ass.
Dude, they stomped the bricks off that guy.
I was gonna say he pays him better than the Secret Service gets paid.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, his bouncers on stage beat the bricks off that guy. But keep in mind, he also did, and I got to give the guy credit. He ended up bumping Dave Chappelle. He didn't hit him; he just ended up bumping him. And then three very big, very black dudes commenced to stomp in a mud hole.
Like I don't know where they pop out of nowhere, like beat the shit out of him. Like, what the hell? I'm like, what the fuck?
They fell like ninjas. They fell like big fat ninjas from the ceiling. It was
yeah. It was like, oh my God.
And one of them fell down from the ceiling, apparently in a laid out position, because he tackled him. And I swear to God, if the guy's shoes still aren't on stage, I mean, he hit him hard. Like,
yeah,
the first initial tackle was a lot, and Chappelle was just like, damn.
Like,
I remember seeing that because that was like a week after the Will Smith incident.
Yeah.
Even wrestlers go old school if a person dares enter the ring. Yeah, I mean, they'll show you exactly how real wrestling can be.
Yeah, that's like the Hulk when he knocked out that reporter by accident. He body slammed him. He says, "You want to know what it looks like? Yeah, I want to know what it looks like. Okay, boom."
Oh no, there's been multiple instances of people at wrestling events rushing the stage. There was one of them I can remember seeing as a younger adult. Damn it, as a younger adult, I'm getting too fucking old for this shit.
Oh, be quiet.
Well, he was hit by the ref. The ref took him out. Like the ref was a pro wrestler, just took him out.
Referees are trained as like pro wrestlers and pro referees. They train in both ways.
A few years ago, A few. Okay, so it might have been more than a few. Like maybe a few decades. Yeah, it's probably more closer. Like, hey, everything has changed since you were mine. Just a dead giveaway. Yeah, it's just a few, like maybe maybe 2 decades ago or so. Although I will admit there was nothing I saw in my life tickled my soul as much as watching Stone Cold Steve Austin drive a Zamboni into a ring.
No, no. The one thing that the most famous fan attack that like ever got was like during Bret Hart Hall of Fame speech. A guy came in and like tackled Bret Hart.
Oof. That's not a bright idea.
Dude, like when that happened, you saw a like a wave of people coming in to freaking tackle one person who did that.
Once
The
again,
They
the one
dogpile him.
yeah, the one I liked with the WWE was when someone tried to body slam Bam Bam Bigelow and the ring fell apart, collapsed.
oh,
Right?
I remember that one, but I'll tell you the one better than that was when the Ultimate Warrior slammed Andre the Giant and broke the ring in half.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, let's face it, we all know it was a breakaway ring, but the fact that he was able to get, he was able to do the ultimate press with a 400 plus pound individual. That is, I mean, if you've ever had to pick up people, dude, there's no joke. Dead weight is worse than anything else. Like, and to pick up a person like that is just takes an amazing amount of strength. Oh yeah, hey Face, are you on? Do you wanna join me?
Like like I still remember the most famous boss time ever when Hulk Hogan boss time under the Giant.
Oh, here we go. This could be fun, guys.
What dildos?
No, I just found where all the
Circle jerk?
debuff. No, the debuffs are for like the tech lab when you go in and you've got that room that has the four exploding pillars in it. Get rid of all the debuffs. Then instead of I hate this room, it's room buffs.
Oh man, see now I was all nice, but I asked him, I was like, well, do you want to go ahead and join me for this team? He's gonna send me back something saying, well, I sure ain't here for the conversation. Damn, that was cold. I mean, I can't say he's wrong. I'm just gonna say that was
We love
cold.
you too.
That's like, well, this is Big John signing off. Motherfuck. That was damn near murderous. That's like, that's almost like one of those. Well, we're not here for the gameplay. That's for damn sure. Did I send you an invite, Bricks?
Hey, John, how about out in Lake Mead? All those bodies they're finding now. They found 6 or 7 bodies so far.
Hey, look, they weren't supposed to drain that area of the lake. I'm just saying. People are normally typing one-handed. Hey, I normally.
Hey, anyone see the coming attractions where Deadpool
Hey,
destroys the Marvel universe?
No.
Yeah, they really.
Hey, Micro, which lake are you talking about?
The one in that they talk about with the dam and the park where the water fountains and shit are and stuff out in Arizona.
Yeah, it's one of them that's drying up. Yeah, Lake Mead, Lake Mead. You would think I would be able to read better, being a streamer. Well, today I'm just calling out all my failures. I'm switching classes. I need to see some teams configuration.
Just popped up in the Kings Row.
Teams configuration. It's me and you, bud. That's
I found it.
That's the team.
And I can't figure out what I did here either.
Yeah, that's the Peacebringer. And it has the capability. Oh, quantum shield needs to go up here. But what do I? Hold on. What do I have for? Okay. Quantum shield. Quantum shield is there. So I mean, I just got it. Not the boss. I am not the boss.
Filing away this in my head for later use, but the procs are all pets.
Well, that doesn't sound right.
I thought you'd find that amusing.
That all the procs are pets?
Huh?
And that didn't even sound right. Are you sure that's right?
Well, I'm looking at the pets files right now, going through them, pulling out the stuff for, well, I'm pulling out that stuff. And, yeah, that's where they're located. Pet's Vigilant Assault proc. Pet's Superior Vigilant Assault proc. So does that answer your question? Yes, they're right there in Pets.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, I've always heard that the coding to this game was a hot mess. So.
Pet's Cool Medicine Aid Other.
That sounds like a helpful pet.
That's the power. That's the power pool. The ancillary, the extra pools. The medicine pool. That's the heal that you get for healing somebody else.
Yeah. But why is that in the pet pool?
Because it's a pet.
Oh. I didn't know that.
Yep, it's not actually the power that heals, it's the pet that is applied to the player that heals. I take all the fun out of it, don't I?
No, I mean, it's just interesting. I mean, like I said, I've always heard that, you know, the coding for this game is a hot mess, so
Oh god,
I,
it is.
I've
But I
never
love it.
had the ability or the knowledge or the
Oh,
any of that
that's
to see it. So I can only
Okay.
say what people tell me. Many of the power effect in the game are achieved by creating a temporary entity, a pseudo pet, that does
I
part of
just
the
found
effect.
what I was looking for.
Oh, hey Deathbot. Long time no see.
Oh wow, hey.
I know. Now all of a sudden Deathbot wants to talk. How you doing, my military brother? $18-hour day, very tired. I understand. Boy.
Stalker. Whoa.
Hey Pico.
Hi guys.
Hello.
I'm depressed as well. I'm tired and depressed and tired.
Kinetic Fire said it was
Welcome to the
also
world.
oh really? Yeah, I didn't know any of that. I just know that I've heard from, friends like you that the coding to the game is kind of janky. So other than that, I mean, I've never really been able to see it or any of that, or nobody's ever elaborated. I've always just taken their word for it because it's not like I can argue it or debate it because I've never
For some
seen it.
days you just want to stay home and cry.
Agreed.
Nah, normally those are days I just look for more hiding spot for bodies.
So tell me, you guys all been playing Homecoming for a while. I've been like a 6-month hiatus. What changes or what has Homecoming done anything interesting?
Well, they're about to bring out basically a Banshee.
So you talking about is it late Iron Man laser assault or something?
He didn't get to see the Banshee over on Faith the New Dawn. He wasn't there at that point.
Well, I mean, now even Banshee the superhero is the same way. It's a Sonic
Or were you?
Sonic hero.
I remember he did have some kind of AT that was called Banshee, and I guess it did
Okay.
like healing songs. I think it could
Yep.
sing.
Yeah. Homecoming is coming out with one now.
It's like I wonder where they got the idea. I bet you Neptune's gonna be up in arms about that. Like, you guys got 1 week to take it down, or else.
Cars.
Hard.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they don't care.
Okay, let's just. But yeah, let's turn it in.
Are we streaming? I should
Yeah.
ask that. Oh, okay.
Yeah, evenings around this time. If people are in here, if there's multiples, there's usually streaming. I'm not streaming. I'm working on coding, so I'm just here for the company and the conversation. I am here for the conversation.
Oh, okay. So at least somebody. I was told I was bad at conversation. I'm not gonna say any names. I face palm bricks. It's not like I call you out or anything, sir or ma'am. Nah. I'm because I'm a professional streamer. No, I'm not. Don't let me lie to you. There's nothing about me professional besides the fact that I'm wearing dress pants. by running past groups of I'm not really running past them. I was trying to get to the one up there. And I kept falling. I was trying to get to him. It just didn't work out as planned. Yay! 1, 2, 3,
I
pop.
realize my friend is gonna wind up getting free freaking moving help out of me for this too.
Oh, we're not done with these missions. Let's just do that one then. All right, mission's up. Pass 3 groups back there. I got Scrapper locked. I really did. I saw something I wanted to smash. Giggity.
Giggity.
Like I ain't, bro. Fine, just please. Tell you. Okay. So I can't even use that one. I can use that one. Talk. I should probably put that there. So that didn't work. All right. It's so long. Why are you walking?
What?
Rick said that it's a long walk. Oh, this is from this train station. I didn't look at that because I was too busy. I did a teleport to mission. Dummy mob, you can't. Yeah, that is probably true. I mean, you get ready. I'll go here and play with these guys. Oh, these are like level 29. Guess I've out-leveled the mission arc, maybe?
Probably.
Oh, well, that sucks. Huh. Well, that doesn't look like they just naturally don't want to attack us. Oh, hey, Chloe. Oh, yeah. Always here for the riveting conversation.
Yeah, all Per needs to do now is wear that ravioli T-shirt where she's making spaghetti and meatballs
When does it
on the
start?
channel.
Mm.
The cooking
I don't know.
channel.
I just called this mission. I mean, it is a mission arc, but we'll just do something else. They're too low. Let's go back to PI. We'll talk to Tina, the Tina McGuire. I don't need it on this one though. Oh, you were talking about the riveting conference. The riveting. Oh, when does it?
Are you getting picked on?
Don't worry. To be a streamer, you have to have thick skin.
Fucking snowflake.
Ma'am, I cannot be a snowflake as I am not white. Hello.
Oh, okay, Karen.
I mean, I cannot be Karen as I am not a woman. And how dare you judge my? How dare you?
Okay, okay. How about this? To be a senior, you need two things: honor and a penis.
Well, I mean, does it count if I have one in my drawer?
I was just gonna say mine's in the drawer.
Oh, hey, Big John, I saw that movie, Bullet Train. It was pretty funny.
Oh yeah, yeah. Bullet Train's pretty funny.
The ending gets you too.
I got skin tough like a cockroach. Chemically, I can stand a lot of shit, but if you just step on me, I die.
Oh, we lost Pico.
Oh well.
Yeah, no spoilers. We can't do spoilers. You have to put that in the.
Okay, so
Oh,
I think
wait
I
a
got
minute.
all that.
You can't go to PI from here. My bad. Oh, whoops. Oh, it's too new. For me. Yeah. See, that's you got to kind of watch because Micro watches a lot of movies.
Hmm.
I mean, when it comes to current movies, I gotta hand it to my boy there. He's all over them.
Well, the theaters around here, they have the $6 days, so it's cheap.
Now, is $6 the price of the popcorn or price of the ticket?
Ticket.
And then it's the standard $20 for a bucket of popcorn and a half a can of Coke.
That I don't know. That's the problem with us old folks. We don't have any teeth. We can't eat the popcorn anymore.
Hey, I would like to beg to differ. I have no teeth, but I still eat popcorn.
Well,
Still
just
eat
keep.
nuts, too.
If they go with the movie pop, they go with the movie popcorn. I usually sneak the bagged cheese popcorn in.
Y'all see me in the corner with some Jiffy Pop and a Zippo. I'm doing the ghetto style, bitches.
Oh my god, Jiffy Pop. I have it. I have that little cooktop. I need Jiffy Pop. Mainly because I found out that I went and bought microwave popcorn, you know, my favorite extra drenched in butter stuff. And my microwave here at the motel is not big enough to cook the popcorn. It burned the bag because it wasn't burned.
Well, now you get that induction plate, you should be able to make Jiffy popcorn.
That's what I said. I gotta go in for Jiffy Pop now. Enough.
People that choose not to watch a show till it's finished can take a running jump. We can spoil that bullshit anytime we want, but a new movie's different. I could see that. I could see that. I'm down with that logic. You guys need to watch the Orville. Yeah. I'm yep. That's on, yeah, it's on Hulu.
Yeah.
And they just finished off. They just finished off the season.
Yeah, like actually the show started the first season started at Fox.
On Marvel Station now, they just came out with the Groot episodes. There's like 10 of them now. Baby Groot.
So that's a whole movie of I Am Groot. Groot. Big part of a series cliffhangers is a special conduct. But yeah. Yep. You are correct. That's a lot of the appeal to a TV series, is that it'll happen so quick that you can actually link them together and people will remember them, and the entire season can tell a story. Binge watch it in one night, rip themselves. I don't know, because they actually can normally tell the story better than anyone else because they watch them back to back, so they get to see what happened for the whole season. Yeah, that's like, if you can remember a TV show called Heroes.
Oh my god, yes.
Oh god, yes.
If you can watch the first season of Heroes back to back to back to back, it had a cliffhanger every week, and the entire season told another story. So there was actually 2 stories going on at any point in time. It's the season story and the weekly story, and you had to watch them in order. So yeah, they actually people ripping themselves off, and they had no cliffhanger.
Did you see that?
Go ahead.
Big John. Did you see that the Keto from the Heroes was in the Bullet Train?
Was in the what?
It was in the movie Bullet Train.
Oh,
the guy
no.
that played Keto. Yeah, was in the movie Bullet Train. He was the conductor.
I watched season. I watch one season at a time. Well, yeah, I watch one season at a time. I'm with Deathbot on that one. And the Orville is crap now. How much relationship about the damn 90-year-old woman can they force down our throats? Which 90-year-old woman? Damn oh. Apparently you have not gotten to the end of the season, because the season has a mutual theme. Which makes the very first one in the New Horizons make more sense. Yeah.
And of course now you have the Sylvester Stallone movie's coming out next week, the superhero one.
that, and I didn't feel as though it's not as much about Claire. It's more about Isaac. Well, yeah, because it's telling a story, and it's not about really Dr. Claire. It's actually about Isaac. So, I mean, if you actually watch this, if you actually watch them, and more than just read the names, you'll understand that, you know, what it's actually talking about.
Like the first season of Hero was based upon Isaac and his and and like his fortune telling, and like the actual real hero of the whole series, it was Siler.
Yes, for season 1. Season 2, Isaac became a hero. Season 3, actually, what's that girl's name that sits beside the redheaded dude and drives the boat? The one that can see things in 4 dimension. She becomes very, very important. It was season 3. I had to stop watching. Like I said, I really enjoyed far too much filler. I personally, I really liked watching it. It had an extremely good storyline, and I liked how it was able to patch the storylines together, and how they wound up doing Isaac, because Isaac is the equivalence of Data from the original, or not from the original, but from Star Trek. And actually, all of New Horizons focuses not around Claire, it follows around Isaac. So, yeah. The names don't, the actual show itself does.
Like your thing about like acting story in Hero. Season 1 he was important. Between season 2 and 3, Isaac died by Siler, and then Matt, the one who carried mind, became the new fortune teller that can see and draw.
And I'm bored. Oh, Dr. Claire Finn, remember we.
But I like the tongue-in-cheek jokes that they had in Heroes. Like the senator comes lining in at the
Yeah.
at the place, you know, in his just his shorts.
Yes. Face palm bricks. It was that way because it was actually showing you how Isaac was how Isaac the computer was in love with Claire, and how he was actually beginning to act more and more human on his own. That he cared for her and had feelings for her far beyond what a AI robot should. Big whoop. Yeah, well, if I'd paid, I'd want a refund. And I mean, that's your decision. Everybody has their own choice. The whole holodeck porn addiction was more interesting. Yeah, that had a part to the plot. So did the entire, reversion back of the girl. So did, them finding another Kalon that actually got feelings. So did the one that hated the Kalons the most, dying for the rest of the Kalons and causing so that the Kalons could live, and causing Prime to change his mind and to accept joining the Union. I mean, yeah, there was a lot of stuff in there. Da-da-da. Let's go. The Expanse kicks Orville's ass. All I'm saying. Okay. I mean, everybody's allowed to have, you know, everybody has their own opinion. I'm still trying to remember what the Expanse is. I've probably seen it. Probably.
Like a baseball game last night. Got to see a young kid with a pizza shop, you know, with real pizzas, you know, the real pizza shop. The kid sneezed when he had the pizza. I get to see physics in action, and I see the pizza get stuck on the ceiling.
Oh, Epstein Drive. Okay.
All the rest
The
of
Expanse was the one with
hey, we need him as a
realistic
picture.
physics.
They're all laughing about it, you know.
Ooh.
And I don't think I've seen that one. Epstein Drive, although I seem to remember Epstein Drive, but I don't remember why. One with cool battle stories, script, and budget. Oh, I gotta talk to the detective. This isn't good. This means we gotta do a bank mission. Abort the bank mission. But I need the contact. Yes, get past it. Okay. Let's see. Oh, I probably should have done that. I did it the other way. I should have auto-completed the bank mission.
He was just being a little douche. He hears people out in the hallway, so he starts barking.
See, this is where you should be glad that you don't have speakers and you're not using actual just speakers. Because we would be doing some assholic shit like saying hello Google and talking to the dog, trying to get the dog to bark at us. Yeah, that's like, I bet you I could by y'all you mean me.
Yes.
And by assholes, you mean a douchebag. I got you.
Yes.
I got you. I got you. I could translate.
Okay. You try to say you speak Parese.
Every now and then, you know, I've been known to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Good night.
Shut the fuck up!
Ah.
Now fuck that bitch. Fuck that bitch. Fuck that bitch. Fuck that bitch.
Emotional damage. I will send you to Jesus.
He understands. Gitmo. Oof. Let's go. Whew. Somebody in here loves me. Ah, there you are. He was made just for me. And I will focus on him and taking him out with great prejudice.
Oh, are you like on a Chaldean and is there a void there? Or a
Yep, yep.
quantum? Oh, okay.
Quantums.
Here going. This sounds a little personal.
Yeah. And now this group has a quantum in it too. All right.
You wouldn't get Alfredo's hopes all up there. He's sitting there saying he was made for me.
Aw.
What happened?
Fucking hope you.
Oh.
I'm not even playing and I know that. I'm not even watching your stream and I know that.
Yeah, and why is that? Why are you not watching the stream?
Code.
Oh. Mm-hmm. Likely excuse. You know, I hear what you're saying. I do. I hear what you're saying. I might believe it. I might not. See, and the more I do this, the more I got to remember, because now I'm starting to post on YouTube too. So I need to start.
I just threw about probably 6,000 errors because I forgot to do something. So yeah, no code. On the other hand, I might have thrown about 6,000 errors. But So good.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so I need to start reminding myself to talk to my YouTube audience too. Blasphemy. What will Twitch do?
Have fun with that. I love streaming, but yeah.
What?
Code.
Code.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do with that code? Oh, I'm gonna kill you with it.
No, I'm just gonna like be sitting here playing with it.
Yeah, first night the server opens up, our heads and torsos will be in one area and their butts will be in the other.
Yeah. No, trust me. Things aren't gonna be that bad when it opens.
And map serve. Hey, is the login key monster still available?
Burn knows the address of the door monster.
Yes. Yes, her does.
Well, now, why would you short company, I guess. You know, you're
What?
judged by the company you keep. I'm just saying.
Oh, I'm not keeping company with it. I'm just keeping an eye on it. I'm its stalker.
Hey, I am not stalking you, but you are out of milk. I'm just saying. You might want to fix that.
You know, if you're stalking me well enough to know the contents of my refrigerator, could you like hang out for a little while? Because
Well, you know, then I'm not really stalking.
yeah, good point.
Then that's more like chilling. And I
Yeah, no.
and I'm not chilling. I'm just stalking. I expected the Orville to
Plus, she's
more
been in her
dynamic
fridge, it's
and
really
action-packed,
cold,
not 400 episodes
Trying to
sitting around a
save it up
calculator
for
getting
the
moods. All right.
Why would I have a banana in the refrigerator? A banana is a tropical fruit. Putting it in the refrigerator isn't.
Because the zucchini's stuck. Hold on, did I say that out loud?
Yep.
Well,
Wow.
my bad.
I use like a zucchini as a dodo.
Hey, is that what they mean by I'm gonna toss your salad?
Yep.
Okay. Oh look, there's more stuff I have to
Look, it's a new generation. Eating ass and taking names. Oh, come on now. Why you gotta slow me down like that?
Yeah, when Kurt goes camping, she makes Smurf sport.
I make
What?
s'mores.
S'mores.
What? Yeah, I don't even get that one.
You know, Gargamel, the old, your old.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that one's a dated one there. Happy Gargamel. Is that why they called him Pappy? Was he somebody's glucose? What was it?
Glucose guardian.
Yeah, was he somebody's glucose guardian? I so should have used that at work today. How you doing? I want to be your.
You couldn't have used it at work today. You couldn't even remember it.
Like I said, I wanted to use that at work today, but I forgot. Come on, where? Damn lobsters. Yeah, you gotta kind of wait till I stop to pull them off. You gotta let them kind of get to me. If I break line of sight and you hit them, it'll give them to you. Well, you're supposed to follow me. I went to the very next group. They didn't skip anybody. They weren't the ones directly in front of me. Which means you would have had to go around. They were the no, they weren't. You'd had to go on the other side of the pillar in order, or the platform in order to get them. They're not bait if you can stand on top of the platform and fight. Yes, I know. They're down on the other side of the platform. Me being on top of the platform, they're not attacking me because I'm on top of the platform.
You think you'll be going camping this year?
What?
Think you'll be going camping this
In order
year?
to get them, I've got to come all the way down here.
Unfortunately, no. I no longer have my camping equipment that gone. Trust me, I'd hoped to.
That was a shame if the camper was still working. You could have drove them over to the concert, the Elton John one, camped.
Oh no, I still have the minivan camper, but right now it's not on the road. It's parked
If
off to
they're
the side.
under
I'm still debating on.
and you're on a platform above them, logic says you have to go past the platform on the top to get to the stairs, which is on the other side of the platform, in order for them to get you. So you just have to jump up with me, and we don't even bother to group at the bottom.
It's only a couple weeks into the concert.
No.
You're like,
This is not gonna do well. Quantum's gonna kill me. Yeah.
like do like that in that Elvis movie. All those girls have passed out at his feet.
Mm-hmm. No, it's not a tunnel vision trap for a tank. Once again, you have to go around the other side in order to get them. That means you're not following the tank. You just have to follow the tank. If the tank doesn't go somewhere, you don't go it. That's it. It's basically just a game of follow the tank, which is what most of this game is. It's just follow the tank. You assume we can all jump up levels. Follow the route. The route is wherever I go as a tank. That's literally the route. How the BB go? And you're not tank if we're getting into semantics. Yeah, actually, I am the tank, and that isn't semantics. That's a kindling. A kindling has an entire form that's a brute. So yeah, that's a tank.
No, I just get the
Hey, isn't it a reflex tank doesn't have an aurora?
What do you mean?
Isn't there a brute that doesn't have an aurora?
An aura, you mean? Like
Yeah.
a damage aura?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a couple of them.
Ah. Well, I guess that takes not the I guess that takes Brix's concept that only tanks have auras out. He says that my kindling is not a tank because I have no aura. And I argue that that's not true. There's a lot of tanks without them.
Willpower, super reflexes,
Yeah.
invulnerability, regen. Well, regen isn't a tank, but what the freaking barking?
Interesting how that works. And actually, if you don't attack before the tank sets, and this is any tank for that matter, if you attack before the tank sets, you'll always pull off the tank. Always. So if you're dealing with a tank that likes to pull mobs, you have to wait till the tank stops and sets the group. And he'll normally do that with an AoE. But, you know, hey, you've got it. You know. Yeah, because it's always the tank's fault when you don't follow them.
Also, I was gonna say ice aura. What is it? Frozen aura. They have a AoE aura that doesn't do damage. If you're looking for something that has an aura that doesn't do damage.
Yeah, see, got a whole team full of devs over here. They know all the powers. So yeah.
Actually, that ice aura is actually pretty damn nice. I mean, not the ones that do damage. But, I can't remember the name of it now. But it slows all the enemies around you, and it has an amazing amount of aggro. I mean, you probably don't even need one. It's that damn good.
You're not understanding. I'll catch you when we're a bigger team and your actions aren't directly affecting me. No, I'm understanding really well, and maybe you're just not. Yeah, there's a very unfortunate side to things that people have to understand. This game, once you get to the upper levels, everybody has their role that they have to play. The tank has his role, the scrappers have their roles. If you don't let the tank and you attack and pull off the tank, then yeah, you're going to get what you don't want. His pull. That's just what happens. If you don't follow the tank, you're gonna get new mobs and you're going to die. That's gonna happen. Hey, Mr. Dave, how's it going? All is well in the hood. Dude, I'm doing amazing. How are you? How's work been treating you? Not too bad. Some good days, some crap days. Today was a crap day. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. But we all have days like this. But tomorrow I get paid. Amen. Oh shit! I shouldn't have looked away. Yeah, I know how that is. I get paid tomorrow too. I know how that feels. Good God.
why did I leave this crap all mixed in here when I did this originally?
God, that heal is slow.
Okay, good. Hey, Per,
Yeah?
do you have a Ticketmaster account so I can send you the ticket?
No, but I could set one up.
Yeah.
For what ticket?
My Elton John ticket.
Oh, look, the Backstreet Boys are playing in Florida next week.
Bullshit.
You already know if the Backstreet Boys were there, he'd be all over like a fat kid on cheesecake.
Yeah, I'm right.
No, but Travis Tritt is actually going to be in my area. That's a concert that I would have, that if I'd thought about it ahead of time, I would have planned for. One of the few country artists that I like.
What, in Aurora, Illinois?
Nope.
Which place would you go to for him on this trip?
He's going to be right here in Marion on the 19th. But it's also one of those things where I hadn't planned on doing it because I just took the day off from work.
just did. Travis Tritt. 42 events, Travis Tritt, T-R-I-T-T. September 17th is at Xfinity.
All right.
But I don't see anything for the 19th. Was it October 19th or later than that?
No,
All
as in
right.
next week.
Huh. No, it shows.
Well,
It shows.
it's about that time.
Ticketmaster shows Mansfield, and then shows the 22nd. It shows Little Rock, Arkansas. There's nothing on the 19th.
All right. All right, chat. It is 7 minutes after 8, which means it is my time. I will see you guys tomorrow. You guys have an excellent day. Thank you guys for watching. You are the reason why I do what I do. So be careful, be safe, and have fun.
Website.
Peace. You have a good night too, my friend.